Hey everyone, welcome to Primetime Guitar. My name is Miguel Gonzalez and this is the jazz section. Today's video is the second of a series of 7 videos that I'm doing to teach you how to play walking bassline while accompanying on guitar. If you haven't watched the first video, I highly recommend you to watch that one before this one. We're gonna be referring to the same chords and the same form as in that video. So I'm gonna leave you a link there in the description so you can go ahead and watch that one. If you already saw that video, then let's get right to it. Alright, so this technique we're gonna call it the scale tone, because we're only gonna play notes that are inside the scale of the key of our song. And for this example, we're doing it in the key of G major. You might notice in the chords that we're doing a 2-5-1 progression in that key. There we resolve to the first chord, G major. And we add the 6th dominant for the turnaround. Since we're in that key, we want to know the scale of G major in different positions. For this example, we're gonna play it in this position, and we also want to know it in this other position. Once we know it, we want to go from one chord to another using that scale, knowing that we play the root note of each chord in the first beat of every measure. And for beat 2, 3, and 4, we want to play a note that is inside the scale of G major. But before doing that, let's just review the root notes of each chord. So let's start with the first and the second chord. We want to go from A to D using notes from the scale of G major. So here comes a tricky part, because it's only beat 3 and the next note is already D. And we don't want to play it because it's the root note of the next chord, so instead we play a note that it's a half step away. So it should sound something like this. Now the next two chords, we're going from D to G. And here we just go down the scale until reaching G. And that's why you want to know the scale really good, because that is just the same position that I mentioned before. So let's review what we have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. For the next two chords, we encounter another problem, because there is a big gap between G and E, and we don't have enough beats to go from one to another using the scale notes. We would have to skip all the way from C to E. But that way it loses the walking feel, so instead we go to the scale backwards. And here it doesn't matter that you already play E, because we still have one more beat. So what we do is play low E on beat 3 and D sharp on beat 4. So it should sound something like this. Alright, so this is what we have so far. Now for the next notes, it should be easy, because we're going from E to A. And we just have to follow this scale. And that should be all for the bass. I'm gonna play it all so you know how it sounds. Now for the chords, we're gonna do the same thing as in the first video. Remember that we said we had 3 options. We can play it in the beat, after the beat, and before the beat. But this time, instead of playing in beat 1 and 3, we're only gonna play in beat 1. Let me demonstrate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and the tricky part is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then the last part. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now, you might notice that I don't play the scale with all my fingers like this, but instead with one finger. This is because we want to anticipate the chord that we're gonna play, so we want to play the notes with the finger that plays the root note in the next chord. In D, for example, it's the middle finger that plays the root note. That way it's easy to play the chord. For G, it's our index finger. And we anticipate the chord. Now for E, with the middle finger. And back to A, also with the middle finger. And when we put it all together, it should sound something like this. Now, if we were to play it everything like this, it might get a little repetitive. So what you want to do is combine this and the previous method to make it a little bit more interesting and unexpected.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. In the making of this video, I used my son's camera, and on a really bad accident, I deleted all his pictures.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
I know, I feel really bad for that, but I hope that at least it was worth it something and some of you found this information useful for something. And if you did find it useful, please go to our YouTube channel and click on the button subscribe. We're uploading videos every week. We're teaching you how to play from jazz to really cool licks and a lot more. So please go ahead, click subscribe, make sure to watch the rest of the videos, let us know what you think in the comment below, and I will see you in our next video.